especially early in the season, that people don't know a lot about on the offensive side of the ball?
You know, Zeke, Corey Smith, Mike Thomas, the guys on the outside. Johnny Dixon, Dontre. That's probably the guys that's going to make some people like, man, wow. Like, where these guys been at? You know, it's going to be fun.
In the spring, was there some unique way you were watching spring practices from the sidelines and you have a camera on or something? Is that right?
Yeah, that was more like for the coaches to make sure I'm paying attention in practice, make sure I'm reading the defenses, and make sure I'm focused and tuned in with the plays and stuff. But I really ain't watched that. It's more for them, yeah, because they can hear me talk and stuff too. Yeah.
Between that and the QB camp, it sounds like they were trying to create some unique ways for just learning for you. What was that like?
It was good, man. It worked out pretty good. You know, they were simulating what was going to happen. You know, at Gruden camp, at the NFL combine draft situation. But it worked out pretty good, man. They put me through a lot of situations that I was really surprised with.
What were you surprised about?
How fast, the tempo, you know, answering questions, how rapid fire, you know, they want you to answer the questions, and how tuned in you got to be. Can't get sidetracked.
Jeff Heuerman was talking yesterday about how you and he were sitting in a meeting like the first day you were there and couldn't believe the complexity of the offense and everything that was going on. Just from that point to today, what are some of the things you feel that have really changed for you, or how have you developed, I guess?
You know, when you're in the system for so long, you get so used to the plays and the formations. You know, it's like, you know, that's back in your hand. So when first in that playbook, we were like, nah, we ain't gonna get this done this year. And it was pretty big, man. It felt like a Harry Potter book. It kept going and going and going. So, you know, they broke it down to segments. And we got a gas of certain players, and we took advantage of it.
Talk about Jeff. He was averaging 30 yards a catch at the end of the season last year, making some explosive plays. Is he a guy that you can rely upon, that you're going to use a lot this year, you think?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was just talking to him about that the other day. You know, he's a big guy. He's a big matchup. Even if you put him on the outside, matchup for guys, his vertical, how big he is, you know, how strong, how big of hands he got. And, you know, there's a mismatch. We got to get the ball to him early in the season.
When your senior season's over, what do you want fans and Buckeye fans to remember you as?
Pretty much a champion, man. You know, I've been in situations that I overcame as a freshman and sophomore, and it's not easy, you know. I just want to go out with a nice run this year, and I want to be known as a champion.
If your production last year was spread out over, say, 13 games instead of like 9 or whatever it ended up being because of the injury, where do you think you would have been in that Heisman race?
I forgot who said something about that. I said, yeah, in the first couple games in the season, you could have, boosted your stats with the first couple games. And that's the games I missed. And, I'm very blessed to come back from that injury, though, from playing Wisconsin. I played pretty good. And, as long as the injury come back and I'll be 100%, I'm fine. But, it could have been a different situation at the end of the season.
How different? What would have been different? Do you feel like you missed out on something last year in that regard? All the hype going into the year and stuff, and then 3 games taken away from you and stuff. Yeah. You feel like you really? How tough was it? I guess to watch the Heisman.
It was real tough. Real tough, man. We made a lot of explosive plays, and we wasn't really recognized for what we was doing. And I think I fell off the Heisman radar because injury-wise, and that's what happens. And you miss a couple games, your name get pushed to the side. So
quickly forgotten.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, wow, you really gotta stay healthy and stuff like that too.
And what quarterback in the country today, going into this season, has your interest? You're interested in watching. You enjoy watching him, or like Mariota or some of those guys. Who kind of jumps out at you as another quarterback in the country who's very talented?
Yeah, they always comparing me and Mariota all the time, so I'm gonna be watching him all the time too. So
Is that a fair comparison? I mean, do you like what he does? I mean, what do you like about his game? Is that a loaded question?
Yeah, it is a lot. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna answer that one. I don't know if I'm gonna answer that one.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
This spring, what'd you see out of Cardale and JT? I mean, those guys have to be ready. One of them has to be, or maybe both of them have to be ready to play next year. Just
Yeah.
what'd you see out of their development? Are those guys ready to kind of take it over when your time's done?
Man, they both was doing well. You know, they both was competing for the second place. Second place deal. They getting prepared. They was doing pretty good. When I was sitting out and things like that. I felt that they was on top of the game. They was learning from Coach Meyer and Coach Herman all the time. But it's gonna be tough. We're gonna see what the situation gonna be.
You were on the sideline there the other night at the camp, the Friday Night Lights camp. What's going through your mind watching these kids out there balling out, giving every effort they can to get where you are? I mean, what was going through your mind? Probably had to bring back some memories of your time as a high
It brought
school.
back a lot of memories, man. It felt like, I feel like I've been there so many times. Like, man, I miss it a little bit, but I got to move on. It's look fun out there. Guys, just having fun, throwing the ball around and making plays. And it's a nice little atmosphere they had going on.
Refs, having missed the spring, is training camp this year any more important for you? Getting ramped up. Now you're a veteran. You've been through this for 3 years. So.
Yeah.
But just what's your mentality, I guess, going into training camp to get yourself ready for the season?
It's gonna be more aggressive, man. I'm gonna be more aggressive with the guys. I'm like, man, if a guy make a mistake, I'm gonna tell him, like, man, you gotta redo that. We gotta get this right before the season starts. Because the season start early from last year, August 30th. So, I'm gonna be real aggressive this year.
Do you look for? A lot of times people get ready for training camp. It's like, oh God, because it's going to be a grind. You're a senior. Are you looking forward to the start of camp? Like, all right, it's almost here, or is it like, phew,
I'm sorry.
it's going to be a long month before?
No, I've been there, man. I've been there a few times, so I ain't too worried about. Wow, man, we gotta get up this early. Gotta be at the facility all day. So I already know I'm getting my mindset for that already. So I'm gonna take advantage of this camp, man. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
What was the worst pain you dealt with from